And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing FortressCraft Evolved. Getting close to really being able to ramp up production. I've got all of the hoppers on all of our cargo lifted ores, including crystal and biomass, all using the 2,000 slot hoppers. So we're ready to improve the cargo lift. Now it's just a matter of getting the matter movers to move down plasma heads. We're not making plasma heads yet, but we will very shortly. So I designed this system in such a way that it should be pretty easy to do. Now, some of these are a little wonky, and let's make sure I'm going to build a couple more logistics hoppers. Just because I don't want to be, 500 meters down and then run out of logistics hoppers. I still need to build some more manufacturing plants. That is on the to-do list. Okay, so let's go down. Which one do I want to use as an example? Let's use, this is lithium, that's crystal. Let's use nickel. Nickel is probably a good bet. So, if we look at the system, where it's beaming power down, where is it? Okay, it's over here. So this is where it's beaming power down. Now, right beside that, this is where I'm going to be beaming the matter movers. So we're going to put a matter mover facing straight down. On the side of the matter mover, we're going to put a logistics hopper. And I kind of want to do this so it's a little bit nicer. So we're going to put a logistics hopper right here. Now, on the side of this logistics hopper will be the logistics falcor. The falcor will go out and grab material wherever you put a beacon. So it will go out on a logistics, you put a beacon on top of a hopper and it will pull from the hopper. So I'm hoping that will work. So with this beaming down, now we need to also send we need to continue this line. So how I have this set up, let me go back to my power bar here. So I've got batteries and I've got matter movers. So one of the things you do, you just fall down to the next laser. You put a battery on top and you put a matter mover right next to that. So that matter mover up there should connect. Let's just make sure it does. It should connect to this one. It doesn't have anything in its inventory, which is probably why it's not connecting. So we're going to head back down. You can fall right through the matter movers. And then we're going to go to the next location. Do the same thing. Power block, matter mover. And this should send material straight down. Whoa. Cold caverns. Okay, so power block. And matter mover. We're not getting any power down here. Why is that? Oh, there it is. Alright, so let's just continue this. Now the tricky part is lining up the miners so your cargo lift doesn't actually pull your plasma heads out of the system. That would be bad. So last one here before we hit nickel. One of these. One of these. So if we come down here and look at nickel, I cannot put a hopper right next here for the plasma heads, because the cargo lift, when it comes down, will pull the plasma heads out of this hopper. So I have the hopper underneath like that. So what I have to do is this matter mover will move material down here. And so I want to get at least 3 up and put a hopper in. And this hopper will get the plasma heads from the matter mover. And then I'm going to use tubes to move it down underneath here. And so when the cargo lift comes down, it'll grab just from this hopper and not from this one or from this one. And that way it will be very, very nice. So that is essentially how all of these are set up to mine the material, put it into a hopper, and then somehow move the plasma heads into the system in a semi-efficient way. So now I just gotta work my way back up to the surface. So that is how one of these sets up. Now all of them are set up in the exact same fashion. So I just have to kind of repeat that process to bring the rest of them down. And once the plasma head, I could actually test it. I could put a steel cutter head up on the top here, and all of those should connect down. Yay. Okay. So let's see. I should have enough material to just push out a steel cutter head, or we could do our first plasma head. Let's see what we have here. We got plastic pellets. Why is this? This is just agonizingly slow with just 1 vat on it. So I'm going to pull all the plastic pellets out. This base here is probably the most spread out I've ever been in my base. It's just everywhere. Let's see what it takes for the plasma head imbuer, first off. So plasma head charger, so that is in mining. Okay. So I need 5 servo motors. Crafting. And it's in mining. So plasma head charger. Crafting. Okay, so I also want in mining, is it not in mining? I should have it in mining. I don't know why it wouldn't be. There it is, steel cutter head. I want to make a couple of these. Now the plasma head charger takes a lot of power, so I'm just going to do a temporary setup here to set this up. And we're going to use a power storage block, so that is going to be a conveyor hopper, and then I want this on this side here, because we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this isn't enough to really max out this plasma head charger, but it should be enough to give us a couple that we can start using. Okay, that should get going here. Charge those up, and then it'll spit the next one out. And then that'll charge those up. So let's get the plasma head charger on here before we waste any power. And there it is. This thing holds a lot of power, and it uses a lot of power. So we're only able to send it, let's see, 43, that's 86, that's 166 power per second. Not nearly enough to really do us any good. But let's do a remove only and then add only on this. And then I can throw in the 2 heads that I actually made, and it'll start charging them. Now, it should be able to spit out one relatively quick, but it might run out of power. Alright, so our first plasma heads are good to go. So I'm going to grab those out. Let's go over to nickel and make sure that they actually make it down to where we need them to go. So let's head back over to nickel. Ooh, that was quick. Okay, so I need to put the plasma heads in here, and we should see this thing connect because it grabs the plasma head and then it starts looking to drop it off. So hopefully it works. If not, there it goes. Okay. Matter emitted one item. Now it's holding a second one. So let's go down. That connected. The other ones should connect by default because the distances are the same. So this one is now connected and it's able to move material. So should we head back down to nickel and see... Oh, wait, before I do that, I want to make a couple conveyor tubes. Because I've got some hardened machine blocks that I crafted. So let's see if I've got enough to make a few tubes. I might not. I only have 4. Let's make some more hardened machine blocks. So this was advanced. So this is looking for nickel and titanium. And this is hardened machine blocks. Okay, so if we do nickel bar, 30 there, 30 there. This should spit them out pretty fast. I just want to grab a few more so I have enough tubes when we go down to move that last little bit. And now that I've got tubes, I actually want tubes in my hotbar here. So I think this last entry for coal will be tubes. Must have the tubes. Okay, now let's head back down to nickel and try not to die. And we're gonna pass the cold caves here. Okay, so we've got the plasma heads, both of them in there. So now it's just a matter of pushing them in there. Upgraded. There we go. So this thing now... No, I didn't want to actually grab that. I hit the wrong button. So I'm going to put that back in there. Okay. So now it's got a plasma head and it's able to pull more ore. Now it's just the drill motors that we need to upgrade. So I do need to go through and upgrade all the drill motors as well. So that's kind of step 2 in this process. But the first step is the most important, is getting all of that material and all those plasma heads down to upgrade these machines. And each plasma head itself is enough to completely fill one of those 2,000 slot hoppers. So it's basically, the ratio is basically, you can fill a hopper, the 2,000 slot hopper, with one plasma head, which incidentally is also one cargo lift. So every time the cargo lift goes down to grab another set, once we upgrade it to the improved cargo lift, anyway, because right now they only hold 600. Once upgraded, each cargo lift trip will be one plasma head, which works out, considering we're gonna increase the amount of material that we're mining. How many is left in this? 2. We have 2 left. Okay, now it went back down. So that is the plasma head distribution system. Now, you know, Should I make some of these manually and then expand my production? I don't know. That is rather iffy on this part. I would like to have plasma heads ready to go. So I'm going to do this remove only, and this one add only. And what's my threat at? Ooh, see, my threat is climbing up a little bit. But I'm going to grab some of the goodies here. Spider Bro is doing his work. Looks like we are cleared pretty far here. I haven't checked my excavators in a while. It looks like we're pretty much done with this main push here. I've still got a little bit further to go. So I've got to go out. Let's see. How am I going to do this? Yeah, I've got to clear this block here. And then the one beside, and then the one beside, and then the middle again. Because we're right in a diagonal. This will hit the diagonal right into the CPH, which is perfect. It looks like the bugs have a little bit of variety. They vary a little bit on their path, but it's pretty much a straight shot. I want to try to get rid of... There it is. Yeah, that was a pretty tall wall that this thing had to clear. But it's done now. I don't think I have any ore, so I can take this out and get this ready for prime time, because I need to dig out that way. And then we're going to start digging into this soft resin, which is good, because tunnel nukers should no longer be needed on this front. So making progress. I like that. And once this corner is right up to the overmind, then I'll start on another corner and just continue that process until all 4 corners are good to go. So look at all the organic stuff already that's accumulated over here. I'm anxious to get the Hodors going too, so there's just so much to do. Sometimes it's tough to decide what to tackle next. But I've got to run the matter movers down the rest of these systems, and then we can come back next episode and maybe tackle our first turbine. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, that'll do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.